Hello everybody, welcome to stitchslowly.com. This is Rebecca Jane. We're on number 4 of this new project, which is called This Wild and Precious Life Journal. It's a slow stitch cloth or fabric journal, and this is page 1. And this is from the actual poem called The Summer Day. If you're interested in listening to that poem, feel free to go to the first video. And then it's an explanation of what inspired me and why I'm using that poem. So this is where I've come from the last video. I've added on. So the last time you saw me, I had finished the top 2 parts of this picture. So you could see this picture here is where I'm trying to replicate with a little bit of a twist, changing things around. And so now, since then, I've added the trees, which I kind of chose this. I'm not sure that, I'm still kind of not sure about this section here, so I might have to change the fabric, but definitely that's the green here. And then underneath the wheat, the grasses, and then under here is kind of like this area. This is kind of dark, but then I thought, well, once I throw some stitching, the grass stitching on top of it, and then you have some blue cornflowers, then that will kind of melt, will blend in with the rest of the picture, the landscape. And then this is the green. I thought, well, let me throw some green in here, and I have the different kinds of green here. So you can see this is a brighter, probably because where the sun has landed on the picture, you know. So you can see the different variations of greens here, the cornflowers, which are going to be added on after, we're going to start adding on after, now that this is set up. So what I did was I went through and I got some new fabric. So that's this, the wheat or the grasses, and then I picked out, well, this is the bottom. This is, no, I actually didn't use that one. I didn't use that one at all. And I love this brown, which really, this was just, I had to put that in there because it's just such a pretty color. It's just a pretty fabric. And then I have this as well. And there's plenty others. So I just wanted you to see, as it progresses, this journal page. This is one page, and I'm going to have a poem. Also, I'm going to have that on fabric as well, and it will be photocopied onto fabric. So you'll see that this is the Summer Day Mary Oliver poem. And I'll somehow find a grasshopper, because there's a grasshopper in that poem. So now the next step is, so what I did was I took just to refresh people's memory, I took my fabric and I, traced it. And there were some sections that I could leave longer because they're going to be covered by the bottom one. So that was easy, but I made sure I had some, made sure that this fabric itself, that I traced the exact shape and I took this tracing paper and I put it on top of the picture and I traced it as best as I can. Just to remind you that slow stitching does not have to be perfect, and I say that all the time. So that's that. So the next step is, and I'm going to just show you briefly, and then I'll have my 5th video to show you more about the embellishing. So this is the background, and I might change this. I want to make that look like trees. So you might see a different fabric there, or I might just keep it. Now the next step is embellishing, and I thought, and I've been spending a lot of time thinking about how do I add these cornflowers plus the wheat. This is simple because it's part of the, you don't have to do anything with the fabric up here. But now it's adding the green and the leaves and the grasses. So what I decided, I'm going to have a mixture of embroidery, probably more of the embroidery for the grasses. And then I thought, well, the cornflowers, what am I going to do with that? How am I going to add those? And I thought I want to do some fabric. So I'm playing here. It doesn't mean that this is going to be the way it will be, but I found a fabric, and I have it here somewhere. Maybe it's right in front of me. Oh, it's here. It's this fabric. And I noticed as I'm looking at the fabric, there are little flowers that were dyed into the fabric. I'm not sure how they did it, but there it is. So I thought, well, let me cut some out and see if I can start to play. And then this is from another fabric. And this I thought I would put here. Because look at this is the blue, and then I'm going to start to kind of play here with all the different colors of blues, because you're going to want lighter blues and then darker, just to show the different colors of cornflowers. They're all a blue, but of course they're in different stages of budding, and they're also, some are within the sunlight, some of them are lower down and they're not within sunlight, so they're going to be darker. And then, so this is what I started with. I started playing. So this is just, and then I thought, well, I might even fray the fabric. Now this doesn't look like much now, but I think with time I'll be able to cut out a lot of fabric and create this scene of these cornflowers, and I want to try and hide the brown a little bit more so that it's not so prominent, and it really blends. I'm hoping it will. And then I'm going to do I'm going to use stitching, most likely, yes, because we already have the green here, but some stems with some threads, so I'll do some embroidery. And then for the grasses, the same type of thing, probably embroidery, because these are very thin. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll use cloth or fabric, but they're too thin. So I'm going to, the next time I see you, I will have added probably, hopefully, most of the cornflowers, and I would have, and then probably I would have added some of the stems. So we'll see where it goes. But for right now, it's starting to look a little like the picture. There are some questions. I mean, it's very clear that the sky and the mountains are perfect colors. I love it. Not sure about this. There's certain parts of this picture I really like, and there's some I'm not so sure about. So it's kind of deciding what to take out, what to add, or maybe all just add on with embellishments, with the fabric and with needlepoint. So that's number 4. I hope you're enjoying this, because you are on this journey with me. I've created pictures before, but to actually create a journal. So this is going to be the first page of the journal. And then once I'm finishing the first page, once this is all done and I'm happy with it, I'm going to have the actual, the poem added to this on fabric. And then we're going to start to create a cover. But that's not until several videos ahead. So there we go. This is Rebecca Jane from stitchslowly.com. If you enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up and feel free to comment any questions you might have for me and subscribe. So I hope to see you soon. Happy stitching. That's what it is. Have a great day.